I got a little bit of a gross story that doesn't even need to be part of our intro, but it's not that. I won't be super descriptive, but so I was in here last night. I was playing a game, and then my dog came in, and she's sitting in the bathroom. Like, my office is like right next to the bathroom, and she like starts whimpering because she wants outside, and I'm like, I just took you outside. I was like, just sit down and be quiet. So like she sits down. I'm like, okay, good. I don't know what she was doing. So then all of a sudden, like, I'm back to playing Elite Dangerous, and she sticks her head through the door and just vomits on the floor. And I'm like, what? And then she starts, going like she's going to go get it. I'm like, no, get out, get in the bathroom. It'd be really easy to clean up there. And she goes back out, and then she comes back in, and she throws up one more time. I'm like, I was so pissed because in our entire house, my office is the only place that's carpet. Anywhere else, it would have been a super easy cleanup.
Don't you realize ambiance is everything when you're vomiting? Like, yeah. She knew where she wanted to be.
Yeah. So, that was fun.
That does not sound like the correct word, but I'll take your word for it.
I thought you were going to say, like, she sat down and shit all over everything.
Nah, that she's usually pretty good about that, but yeah, that totally took me by surprise.
Well, that was awful. Hey, Alex, do you want to give us a CFAC so we can get through this episode?
Jeez.
No, let's just sit and
sit and let that rest.
Let it marinate.
Okay. Okay, today's C word is a double C word. Unprecedented. Third or fourth time? I forget. I don't remember how many times we've done it. It can only be unprecedented so many times. Today's C words are credit cards.
Oh, I already hate it.
Financial advice.
The concept of using valueless instrument to represent banking transactions dates back 5,000 years when the ancient Mesopotamians used clay tablets to conduct trade with some other civilization. I don't know how to say that.
The Byzantine.
Nope.
I don't know.
Fast forward to America circa the 1800s during westward expansion. Merchants would use credit coins and charge plates to extend credits to local farmers.
It's easier than
Where's the slot to put my clay tablet in? How do I swipe this thing?
Oh, does it have a chip on it? All right, we got to put it in the machine.
You got to put your clay tablet in chip first. Like, yeah, I dropped it, and part of it broke off, so there's my chip. In the early 1900s, a few U.S. department stores and oil companies took credit one step further by issuing their own proprietary cards, the precursor to modern-day store cards. They were only accepted by the issuer, so they weren't for convenience, they were for customer loyalty, basically.
Mm-hmm. I never got approved for any of those. My credit was bad.
You never got approved for early 1900s credit?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, my credit was super bad. Also, I wasn't born yet.
It's hard to build your credit when you don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Chris turned his camera on. It was just black. Couldn't see a thing.
That's the way I like it.
Was there more, or was that the whole thing?
I mean, I gave you guys 3 facts.
I gave enough. You pretty much. That's a good deal.
Well, I was just going to mention, it's weird to me that, it says that it's valueless, but obviously they were putting value on, those clay tablets and stuff like that, you know? It was a form of currency.
Did they charge interest?
That's
what I want.
The only reason it had value because they agreed upon it.
Yeah. Which is the case with all money.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
This is worth $20. This $20 bill is $20 because we said so, and you believed
There's
it.
Yeah.
Take that,
There's
loser.
an episode of that Teen Titans Go where they all decide, like, hey, money only has value because you put value on it, so we're changing our currency to bees. They'll start becoming billionaires.
Man, I wish that were real. I'd be pretty good off, pretty well off.
Yeah, you'd be doing pretty good right
Until in
now.
the middle of the night, someone comes and takes your bee boxes and you pour.
Hold on, I gotta get out my bee wallet. Gosh!
Not my
He's
bee
got some
boxes.
aggressive cash.
I'm just giving this cash away. Why are you running?
It's your problem now. I'm allergic to my money.
All right, cool. Wow.
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 You sounded so
Wow, that's
sincere.
Kind of a bitch move, Des. I ain't gonna lie.
That's fine. I mean,
Little
I'm a
bit.
woman, so everything's going to be interpreted as being a bitch, so...
Whoa.
I didn't say that, but you just sounded so...
2021,
like, okay,
Des.
cool.
Don't say that.
It's a reality.
Back to reality.
Back to
Nope,
reality.
there goes gravity.
Well, let's get back to fakeality in the Starfinder world that we find ourselves in.
Okay.
Okay.
We're on a ship.
On a ship,
We're-
or on a
no.
spaceship,
Well,
flying through
technically,
space.
yes.
We're on a grav train on a spaceship flying through space.
Oh my gosh, we're on
It's
a grav
Inception.
train in a spaceship flying through the space. It's like what is it?
Bottom
Hole in
of the sea.
Yeah. Yeah, so
There's a ship
and
on the
I-
bump on the log.
oh gosh, yeah. Bring it back. Let's just sing that now, okay? Let's scrap the episode.
What?
We'll just do a
say we
karaoke
did.
episode. So let me do my little bit of Kevin confessions that we've been doing on the Patreon show.
Confessions.
If you don't know what we're talking about, join our Patreon and you can listen and find out.
Hey, Patreon.
So
It's fun.
it's
you can laugh at
it's
me.
kind of like a minor. It's just a minor thing, but I also wanted to expound upon how large this tunnel that you are in. And I think last time I said it was like 25 to 30 feet. Then I was looking at how big these trains are. And I went back through, kind of extrapolated through the other descriptions of the ship so far. I want to say that this entire thing that you find yourself in, this square tunnel, is like 60 feet square. So 60 feet wide, 60 feet tall. It's a huge space that you're traveling through. And so you're moving along this corridor, and every 100 feet or so there's an intersection. Sometimes they go left to right, sometimes they go up and down. You just really don't know. It's kind of disorienting. And you all are on this car together, and you have, I think you can see it here. You've got your description here, grav train. And it is actually registered as colossal land vehicle. I didn't even see that it said colossal the first time I read through this. So it's 15 feet wide, 10 feet tall, and it's actually 100 feet long.
Wow.
This other vehicle that
Fun.
you're being pursued by is 15 feet wide, so same width, 10 feet tall, same height, but it's only 20 feet long. And that is what is zooming up to catch up with you. So... yeah, that's where you guys find yourself in. So, now, Alex, you said there was a question that you had.
You just answered it.
I did. Okay,
Yep.
good. The
My
mystery question.
plan does not work.
Do you want to say what your
I'm
plan
curious
was or
what
not?
the plan is.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to save it for when it's cool, and then I'm going to do
Okay.
it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I knew what it was, so I'm in on the
So-
secret.
So that might be a Patreon goal. Find out what the plan is.
Rats instantly signs on to the Patreon. What is the plan?
So I set this map up for everybody because we've not done a vehicle chase before. And I'm hoping this will help answer a lot of questions, but I kind of want to go through just real quick. So basically, in a vehicle chase, there's 3 phases. There's pilot actions, then there's chase progress, and then there's normal combat. So what's going to happen is we're going to roll initiative. Everybody will take their turn in the initiative order. But the pilot will act first, and you can use your actions. I think most of them are move actions. I don't think there's any standard. But down at the bottom of this map here, I've got the pilot action chart, and you can kind of see what you have to do available to you. Just to read them off real quick. There's break free. Double maneuver is basically like a full attack, except it's a double maneuver, so you take a -4 penalty. Engage with another vehicle, that allows you to board or make melee attacks. There's evade, which increases your AC, keep pace, slow down, speed up, and then there's also tricks. So basically you can impose, that's kind of like dirty trick, but there's also like environmental things available to you as well. If you find yourself in a certain environment and you do something, you might get a different kind of benefit. So with chase, so then there's, after the pilot action, then there's chase progress. Your vehicles will move forward or backwards depending on what you did. And then after that, there's combat, where you can just engage people like normal. For the purpose of this, I was thinking about how we could do this. The way I've got the map divided up for people that are listening is I've got 2 solid red lines dividing us up into 3 spaces. To successfully get away from a pursuer, you have to end the round 2 spaces ahead of them. So, in other words, you would be the PCs would be forward 1 from the center position, and the pursuers would be back 1 from the center position. So as we kind of go throughout this, when there's the chase progress, if your vehicle moves forward, let me rephrase that. If at the end of chase progress, we are in the same position, I will always bring both vehicles back to the center just for simplicity's sake. So let me see if there's any. There are advantages to being ahead of your opponents. You can also use the map that I provided of the ship. Every time that you advance a zone, which means crossing one of these red lines, you can also move to an adjacent section in the ship. So right now you guys are in 13, which is the transit corridors. And then to kind of give you a little bit more sense of what the space is like, if you're in the same zone, you're about 50 feet apart. If you are 1 zone apart, you're about 200 feet apart. If you are engaged with a vehicle, you're about 5 feet apart, side to side. So those are kind of the basics. We can kind of go through. I did write down your DCs at the bottom here. You can see those. It says PC skill check DCs, as I understand them. So you'll want to take a look at your stats, realize that you have partial cover provided by the train. And yeah, so if there's not any questiones, it's time to roll for initiative.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I'm like not seeing it, but when we go to combat, like, are there weapons on this thing, or are we using our own weapons?
You would be using your own weapons.
Okay.
Your train is not equipped with any sort of weapon.
Okay, just checking.
This is a lot of stuff to take in all at once, but it seems fun.
It sure is.
All right. Rats.
Modified 20.
20. Okay. And then what did Malachar get?
Didn't roll that. Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right. Do you have her modifier handy, or do I have that?
It's a +3.
Okay. And then Seb, what do you got?
21.
21. Wow. Okay. Raquel, are you in the 20s?
No.
Are you in the teens?
Hell no.
Oh my goodness. What did Raquel get?
I rolled a 1 on the die, so that's a total of 7.
Ooh, jeez.
Nice.
How about Jeeves?
I don't have his stats. You have those?
Okay.
But, and I just threw my dice on the ground.
You're supposed to throw them on the table.
Happy birthday to the grip.
Jeeves rolled a 3.
Okay. Trying to... Please don't screw everything up, computer. Okay. Jeeves. Oh, wait, there's his initiative.
Disconnected.
3 23. Okay, he's got a +5, so that is an 8 for Jeeves. And
Jeeves rolled higher than a PC.
Razel.
17.
17.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, mediocre.
Mediocre. 9?
Sort this. Make sure I got everything right. Malakar 23, Sev 21, Rats 20, Razel 17, and Jeeves 8, Raquel 7. And let's get this thing started. And to answer your question, Kev, before pre-recording, we'll find out if this is going to be fun because I have no idea. All right, so it is round 1. And it is Malakar's turn. So you are speeding along this corridor. This grav security train. It looks the same here on the map, but the grav train that they are riding is a security train. So it's a little smaller, a little sleeker, a little speedier, but otherwise pretty similar in what its abilities seem to be. So Malakar, or wait, we have to do pilot actions first. So.
I think right now Rats is at the pilot.
Okay, so
seat.
Rats, you have to decide if you want to do any sort of maneuvering here, or there is some sort of auto control. However, that'll be more of a pacing thing. I'll just keep you moving along at the same pace. That's not really going to assist you in escaping from these people. So the first thing, you want to decide if you want to do any pilot actions.
Do you want me to read what auto control does?
No.
Yeah, sure. No. Okay.
No?
Shut up, Kevin.
Shut it, Kevin.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
I'm going to pilot this bitch all the way to the top. Chris, can I see the chasing vehicle?
Yes, you can. And you notice that they... Whereas you kind of have half cover, like the walls come up to your waist, they're almost like completely covered up. You still can see the occupants of it.
Seems
However,
unfair.
they have a little bit more cover than you do.
Of course they do.
Can I see how many occupants there are of the other train?
Yes, you see that there are 3 occupants. I would say they're close enough to you. We said 50 feet apart when you're in the same zone. So you see that there is 2 of those wretched bonehead guys that paralyzed you last combat,
no.
and then you see that there's like a marine guy standing there, and the marine's the one piloting.
Okay, that's not cool. I'm wondering if it would just be beneficial for us to board the other train and and get into a fight with these guys. Or if we should actually try and outrun them.
Yeah, I don't think I have much range. Like, how far back are they from us?
50 feet.
They're parallel.
Right.
They're like nose to nose with you, but they're 50 feet apart. There's 50 feet of distance.
Apart.
Yeah.
Okay. I can hit that all day, every day.
Me too.
Would it be more or less beneficial for Razel to be able to punch these guys?
I mean, I do more damage with a punch, but I can shoot. I have multiple guns with... Some of them have 60 feet of range, so... It's up to you, really.
Okay.
If you want me to jump over, I'm down.
I mean, it seems like the most viable option would be to engage the other vehicle and have you guys just get into some melee combat because they're boneheads, they have guns. So
Yeah.
trying to run away would be harder, right? Especially if I get shot and
think so.
paralyzed and we crash and explode.
Well, yeah, that wouldn't be
Can't
good.
wait for that to happen.
Just don't get paralyzed, obviously.
It's easy for you to say, Mr. I roll 30s on all of my fortitude saves.
Just roll better next time, gamer.
Again, Ryan wants to get murdered. Okay, so I stop and let them murder Sev. I say, here, take him.
I willingly go. I go, I'll switch sides if you pay me. I know all their secrets. Make sure you
There's
just keep locking all
there's
your
not a lot.
keep locking all your doors because our rat can't unlock them. He thinks they're all
They were broken.
Yeah, okay.
Chris, I'm going to engage another vehicle.
Okay. So you can see your skill checks there. Do you see those on the map?
Will you marry
Yeah.
me?
Okay.
I pull out a ring and I get down on one knee.
We've been through so much, other vehicle. I feel so emotionally connected to you.
It's
When
only
I
been a
saw
few minutes, but it feels like a lifetime.
I saw the glint of your headlights and I just couldn't look away.
So, from the stat block, I get a +2 to my piloting. Did you guys know that?
I did. I read.
So, I got a 29 piloting check to engage a vehicle, which is a DC 25. So, that is a pass.
All right, so describe what happens as you veer towards, like, what you're doing as you veer towards to engage the vehicle.
Rat sees this other vehicle move up. He takes in all of the factors that we just discussed, and it only takes him like 0.7 seconds. And he just comes up with a plan instantly because he's so smart, way smarter than I am. And he's like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ram into him. And he just takes the controls and like bumps off of the other side and like lines up the doors as close as possible.
Okay. All right, so you move, and basically what happens at this point is you get up to about 5 feet. So I'm going to slide this car over. Hopefully everybody moves with it. Yep, okay. So you've got about 5 feet between you and the other vehicle. And let's see. The other pilot, you see him like fiddling at the controls, looking over and seeing you come a little bit closer to him. Tries to like veer away a little bit, but is unable to. And it is now the chase progress phase. So during this part of the we'll call it combat because it is. During this part of the combat, we'll move our vehicles to the appropriate zones based on your actions. So with engage, you move one zone forward in the chase progress phase. My pilot was also successful at moving one zone forward, so I will go ahead and leave them in the center since we are ending in the same zone. And now we're on to the combat portion of the phase. So, Rats, just remember when we get to you, you've used the move action. You'll have a standard left. And first to act is going to be Malachar.
Rats is like sitting there piloting. He's like all focused and determined. And he's like, Malachar, get him! And so Malachar's going to... I mean, how difficult is it for them to board the other vehicle?
It's DC 10 to jump on an athletics check.
Is it 10?
I just checked. Without a running jump. DC 5 if you get a 10-foot running start.
And I'm trying to pull
Can you
up right now, but my acrobat is crashing. I think that you can actually... make melee attacks from your ship because I've got a five foot of distance between you, but I think the rules said that you are close enough that you could make a melee attack, but I can't get it to open up right now.
Well, Chris, I don't know if this is just me misinterpreting this, but there are no bad guys on this other ship.
Oh, let me see if they're on the
That's also...
GM layer. Yes.
Is it a rule in the
Kev, because in this it says
I'm looking. It says it in
it's equal to 5 plus the KAC of the vehicle you're boarding for acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, I'm just looking at the jump skill.
That's why I was so confused. You said 10. I thought I read earlier that it was 5 plus the KAC of the vehicle.
Oh,
That's why I was just. That's why I was there. Was it 10? I was like, I thought it'd be way higher than that. Yeah. You can attempt to move from one vehicle to another as a move action that provokes an attack. That a provoked attacks opportunity. This is like boarding a vehicle in normal combat, but it also requires a successful acrobatics or athletics check with a DC of 5 plus the KAC of the vehicle you're boarding. Failure by less than 5 means that you are unable to board the other vehicle and remain on your vehicle. If you fail by 5 or more, you fall from the vehicle and land prone.
Oh, no.
You take double the normal falling damage for the distance of your fall, or 1d6 falling damage if you fall less than 10 feet.
That would suck.
Once you have boarded. So, Malakar's not going to die in combat. She's going to die because she missed the jump and just ate shit in this tunnel.
Well, if we can just attack from the vehicle, I think she's just going to do that, because she's not going to have the forethought to go, hey, I'm going to jump across this gap.
Yeah, let me just read the expanded paragraph on this. So, you, as long as you're engaged, you can make melee attacks against those on another vehicle only if your vehicle is engaged with it.
I'd argue we're engaged with it.
Yes, you are.
Seeing as how I said we're engaged with it, I agree with you.
Yeah, wedding's next May.
Okay, well then Malakar is just going to draw out her ultra-thin longsword and take a swipe at this bone face directly across from her.
They just get cover then?
They do have cover.
I mean, we're the same distance away from the cover as each other, right? Or no, I guess we're not. Are we 5 feet apart or not? That's the big question.
I believe that you're 5 feet apart, but let me see. I mean, you have to be close enough that you're able to make melee attacks. So I think you're probably more like 2.5 feet apart, but I can't move them that close with the squares.
It's just with cover, you don't benefit from it if you're the same distance away from your opponent. So if she's right next to the thing, just with walls in between, then we wouldn't get cover.
Yeah, let me...
From a single source, I think.
I can't even check right now because my whole Acrobat is crashing where I have my PDF.
You can make melee attacks against those in an enemy vehicle only with reach weapons.
Oh, where's it say that?
In the book.
In the book. Under melee attacks.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have that. I'm just looking at the vehicle chase rules.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's in there. I read it earlier.
What page
today
are
as
you
well.
on?
285.
Mm-hmm. Anyone in a vehicle can make melee attacks against those on an enemy vehicle with which their own vehicle is engaged. You can make melee attacks against those in an enemy vehicle only with reach weapons.
Okay.
And such targets typically have some cover provided by their vehicle.
Okay, I do see it now. All right, so I guess you do have to jump across Malakar.
Okay. Well, this sucks.
Well, if they have this, I imagine their AC might be lower than ours. A little bit, anyway, because there's like a sleeker version of ours. So that's the case. I mean, you're thinking of an athletics check, I mean, like the mid to high 20s.
Yeah,
that's just me assuming theirs is lower.
There's no way that Malakar is going to be able to jump into that vehicle.
I got like a 50-50 shot at making that.
Yeah, same.
I think maybe... Oh, wait. Yes. Raquel doesn't have... She has a reach weapon, right?
Her tacklash, I think, technically counts.
But it does non-lethal damage.
But it also
It still disarm them from their weapons,
disarms.
though.
Hey. Steal that shit, Des.
Steal that shit and then use it and then make them make fortitude saves even though they can't.
Wait, steal what? Their shit?
Their guns?
Their weapons.
Their weapons,
You
yeah.
have a weapon that steals
I know.
other weapons.
I know that. I was just zoning out.
No. You're not allowed to do that.
That's
Stop
bad.
it.
We're recording a podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the only one that's ever zoned out in the middle of recording.
Nope, never.
Never done it.
Never.
You're the first one ever.
Yeah.
I was GMing and I zoned out one time. On that last
One
episode.
time, Kevin?
I mean,
I remember like one time I wasn't zoning out. No, I'm kidding. You do a good job.
I don't know about that.
I think you do.
Okay.
That's all that
It was, you made a joke and then I didn't hear the joke.
Oh, yeah. It was a pretty good one, too.
All right, Chris, instead of drawing out an ultra-thin longsword, Malakar is going to draw out her semi-auto pistol, Elite, and try and shoot the the bonehead directly across from her.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, baby!
There you go. Man, get that cool card out. That's going to be useless. No, that's the crit. That's the fumble one. Never
Does
mind.
it confirm?
Yeah, does it confirm?
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, I don't know when it doesn't, unless you're just up against a completely crazy CR creature, but...
Or they have a ton of
yeah,
color.
yeah. I mean, it does have to technically confirm, but... all right,
It's
so...
a 31 to confirm.
Go ahead and give the old cover here. That's not going to matter. All right, so that is a confirmed crit. And what weapon was this?
It is the Elite Semi-Auto Pistol.
Okay,
Kinetic.
So it's kinetic. All right.
It has no crit
Yeah, doesn't matter.
thing.
But it would be cool if we were not in cars. So this is surprise opening. The target provokes attacks of opportunity from all threatening opponents.
Oh. God damn it. Well, that's
I'm starting to think
lame.
it's less these cards and more this adventure. So
What?
Uh,
Say it ain't so.
so this is going to be 30 piercing damage.
all right, 30 piercing.
Damn bones, damn bones.
So Malachar just pulls out a gun and just goes, like, aims down sights. Blasts this thing, like, in the chest, I guess. Like, right
Fracture them
above
ribs.
where the wall covers it. Just right over it, plugs this thing in the chest.
One other thing to note, and it won't matter for this, but when you're shooting from a vehicle, you do, if you notice in your grav train modifiers, you do take a -2 to attacks because of just the sheer speed that you're traveling at. So make sure you notate that you're taking a -2 penalty on any attacks. And also, you be sure to put on your character sheet that you do have partial
I see
cover,
that.
also provided by the grav train.
Great. I'm going to go ahead and click that on so I don't forget.
Okay, so opening volley, and it is now Seb's turn.
Question.
Answer.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. Seeing from where I am in the back here, could I use the seat as like a way to stand up higher to shoot over the wall?
Oh, to try to bypass some of their cover?
Like this? Yeah.
Don't you already bypass the cover?
Well, if these are the same like cars that we were shooting through before, they were 10 feet high. So I just can't shoot through that.
No, that
I mean,
was
if they
from
get
the
partial
ground.
cover-
That would
Right.
be including
I'm
some
just-
of the, like, track and stuff.
I ignore 2, yeah, but I'm just saying it's more or less because I don't think I could just shoot from where I am because there's walls there.
You can.
I'd say you could like
Yeah.
use it as
Like a steadying thing, like you could argue
Yeah.
that as well.
you can put your knee on the seat.
Yeah, that's also for like a flavor thing. Like you gonna get to like steady himself.
So you're just asking if you can get it, move a step
Yeah,
closer?
like yeah, I just want to like
Yeah.
just to use that. Okay, and I can hit any of these people.
Yep. Now,
I was
from where you
completely
are,
misinterpreting where we
the
were.
pilot will get partial cover from the bonehead
Really?
in front of him, but everybody else, the other
Well,
two guys, you can hit
but-
no
but-
cover at all.
but
or
will
no soft cover.
He would get an extra 2.
So he just gets a +2 instead of a +4.
He'll get +4. Anybody here will get a +4 from the cover from the train. But then if you're trying to get the pilot, he'll get an additional +4 for soft cover from the creatures in
Okay.
front of him. And then, of course, you
Jesus
ignore 2
Christ.
of those.
2. Okay, so it'd be 6.
Wait, why do we get partial cover and they get full and they get cover?
Our
They're in
walls
a
are
I thought
lower.
partial
security
cover was-
train, so this is more armored than your vehicle. I just use this. I just use the same artwork.
Oh.
Do you want me to shoot at the guy in the front instead? Because I was gonna go after the pilot, but he has a +6, and I don't.
Nah, just shoot your easy.
I mean, the
shot.
the boneheads are the ones that can paralyze us, so those are the bigger threat at the moment.
True.
I could go after the blue one by myself. If you guys just want to focus red down, which would probably be easier. Yes, he's gonna hop up onto like the seat in front of him, and he's gonna see the bone trooper across from him, and he's gonna see the weapon he has, and he gets like No, I know what those do.
Flashback.
Yeah, well, not as bad as rats, but flashbacks are flashbacks. So he's gonna. I still have my X gun loaded or like equipped.
Are you gonna give it to him?
I don't know what you're referencing. So, just gonna take a shot. You said I get a -2, correct?
Yeah, you ignore 2
Okay.
of the AC.
No, he
That's
also
not what
gets
I
a
asked,
minus
but it's
two.
a minus
Yes,
two.
-2.
Okay, thank you. What is a 27 hit?
Who are you aiming for again? The
The bone trooper in front, like the blue one that's right in front of me.
27 is a hit.
Casey. I was gonna say. Better be.
So that means we're not at full speed, I assume?
No, we are actually at full speed, but it specifically notates this in the rulebook that things kind of even out because you guys are moving along at the same pace, that you only have to take the -2 attack.
Oh.
That's 33 damage.
33 damage.
11, 2 11s, and then plus 11.
All right, so tell me how this visually looks as you line up the shot, Sev.
I imagine, like I hear like rats like Malachar attack, and then I hear his gunshot go off. So I'm like, well, all right, I guess this is popping off. So he like hops up onto the seat to try to give himself like a more steadier shooting platform, and like I imagine the wind's like whipping right through his like he's kind of like it takes him a second to adjust his head because it's going so quick. And he's like scanning targets, and he sees one of the bone trooper in front of him, kind of like standing up against the wall, but he can see, and he just takes that shot from there. He's trying to shoot his hands so he can get the gun out of his hands.
Pinpoint accuracy, yeah, and like so to kind of go along with that visual, like you're just seeing like almost a strobing effect too as you're moving through this corridor super fast. You're passing lights. Not only are they like getting brighter and dimmer as you're going past them just because of distance, they're actually starting to flash like there's some sort of like emergency system going off. You don't know if it has anything to do with you or if it's just this constant state of alert that the entire ship has been in since it got into the system. But I mean, it's just got to be a double strobe effect that's going on, making everything even more difficult. Okay, it is now Rat's turn. You've successfully engaged this vehicle. You have a standard action left. What do you do with it, Rats?
I cast my second game-breaking spell. Or I guess the first one in this fight. I target the pilot with Command Undead.
Okay, let's pull up his... And that is a will save?
Let's say yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is a will save.
If this works,
That is a 2 on the die. Because I believe that works with a 10.
Way. Oh my god. Chris, don't ever plan another encounter because he can just do this. It's not even worth it.
He's got enough mileage out of that spell, and it was amazing. But he's just taking over this crew one spell at a time.
This is just insult to injury for you. Yeah, eventually, he's like, when I rest, I'll get more.
More Command Undead.
Veritable army.
I wish it was a variable level spell so I could cast all of my spells as Command Undead.
You're gonna walk into like the boss fight and be like the commander, like Command Undead.
4th level Command Undead. Minion, 1st level Command Undead. That would be great.
I imagine a 10 didn't pass.
A 10 does not pass. DC 20 will save.
Okay, so he's like steering along, and then all of a sudden, just like this. Even though we're in the vacuum of space, he just kind of hears like this magical, and his eye sockets change.
Franklin, is that you?
He was not expecting this whatsoever.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this talking in a vacuum still. It's still messing with me, but I guess you can hear me. Whoever you are, friend.
It's your best buddy, Rats. Come on, Franklin, you know me. I talked to your
old
daughter's
driving bastard.
quinceanera.
Oh, yeah. It's funny how we all meet at parties. Yeah, her quinceanera. Oh, I'm so proud of her.
For being 15.
I never thought she'd make it that far. You know, being in the corpse fleet, it's pretty rough. You know, they always like to razz those 15-year-old corpse fleet people by putting them on the front lines just for a day. Just for a day. Today just happens to be the day, so I hope I see her.
Hey, you think you could do me a favor and hit the brakes?
Well, I don't really want to disobey orders. That would be pretty, I might end up on the front lines, I mean, I guess I get to see my daughter and everything, but I don't know. Everybody knows you're here now, and I would be up for a pretty stiff penalty if I just slammed on the brakes,
Well, how about you just do it anyway?
I don't know. I'm trying to bring home a little extra bacon this month. Gotta start planning for her DACA era.
Oh, God.
I don't really speak a lot of Spanish. I don't even know what that is. All of a sudden, we started talking, and I know other languages. It's kind of going against like what he would normally do. So I believe he would have to make a check to do something he normally wouldn't do. I believe that's in the text of the spell.
Yeah, I think you're correct. I must succeed at an opposed charisma check to convince it to do anything it wouldn't normally do.
Okay.
How's that charisma, my guy?
Very mediocre.
Got my D20 here. It's you against my D20.
Can I just ask ahead of time if this guy is charismatic or not?
I don't know. He sounded kind of charismatic.
I mean, he just instantly learned Spanish because I said quinceañera.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to use a token on this, Chris.
All right. Do your worst.
Get the old +5 bonus. That's a 15 charisma.
15?
Yes. I have no bonus to my charisma. I have an 11 charisma.
He has a 10 charisma. So he says, all right. You know what? I think I'll slow it down, but I gotta wait until my piloting check.
Makes sense.
You understand. You start the cogs turning, it takes a while to get through the system.
Yeah, you're a good guy, Franklin.
He points at you and winks. Okay, so that was Rat's standard. Hell of a standard. And it is Razel's turn. I don't know if you... Yeah, I mean, you're saying it right by Rat, so you would have seen this, transpire.
I don't know what to do now.
Just don't hit Franklin.
Franklin?
Yeah.
Okay. I pull out a smoke grenade.
Actually, I don't think you can use grenades when you're doing this.
Yeah, you're moving at such high speed right now, you won't...
Grenades don't do anything.
What are you talking about? That's not how physics works.
Bro, give me the book.
I just specifically read that in the rules, that using grenades are
That's so dumb. Yeah. If you're going the same speed and throw it, it'll do the same thing.
You know what, though? I'll go ahead this time, Kevin, and I'll allow it because we are in a vacuum. So there's not going to be any airflow to slow this down. So I will say that you would be able to target them accurately.
I mean, I understand. I would understand if it was a negative to throw this, because That's just like, what was that one? I know I bring up Mythbusters a lot, but it's literally the grenade and you are moving the same speed as the train and the other train. So when you throw it, it's not just going to go. Whoosh.
Right, I understand, and that's why, because you're in a vacuum, I will say that you were able to throw it.
There's no wind.
Yeah,
I obviously because there's wind. I would assume that there would be a negative, which is why there's a negative on.
Yeah, the negative here is for the speed that you are traveling, but I would say, like, if you throw it, at the minute it leaves your hand, it's less. There's less mass. And the air would be able to throw it off course faster than you intended. Since we're in the vacuum of space, you don't have that affecting you.
What is on your camera? I just saw a big white
Distraction.
dot.
Ghost orbs.
Oh, you have ghost orbs.
Yeah.
Okay, so move action. He pulls out a smoke grenade, and so you said still a -2.
Yes.
A natural 1.
Oh God.
So he blows himself
God.
up. With
That's a
smoke.
hot box. This fucking train
Can
car.
I pull that fumble card?
I don't know what would that be?
I was reading through them the other night when I was trying to find if there were any instant death ones, and there were a couple of good grenade ones.
But how would
you classify the grenade though?
you'd have to use grenade rules, like the misthrown weapon?
Yeah, but it's a natural 1. I really want to pull out a card and have it be meaningless again.
Then pull out a card.
Yeah, you can pull a card. I mean, no, if you're pulling it for us, it's not going to be meaningless.
Okay, yeah. So do the misthrown rules. So that's going to be a D8 to determine the direction that it goes, and then a D4 to determine where it lands.
Well, I got to target a square first. I was going to target this intersection right here.
Okay, right behind. I missed it. Right there.
Right
okay.
behind. Yeah, and then where does it go? If you miss to determine where it lands, roll a D8. Where did it go? That's a 6. This determines the initial misdirection of the throw, with 1 falling short and 2 through 8 rotating around the target creature or grid intersection in a clockwise direction. And so 6 would be
This direction, south.
It would
southwest.
It would. Yeah. After you've determined the misdirection, roll a 1d4. Doing it by the book.
Yeah, this is redemption
2.
for the last time.
The result is how many squares away in the direction the weapon lands.
All right, so it goes 2 away.
Okay.
You said.
Yeah.
Okay, so it lands in the very corner of the security
No
train.
way.
Yeah. So describe this to me, and then tell me what happens. You said smoke grenade?
So yeah, Razel pulls this thing out, goes to throw it, bobbles it, and smacks it across, and it lands at the very back of the train.
And what is this? Is it a smoke grenade?
Smoke grenade. So 20-foot radius. There's going to be smoke expelling. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of it like leaving the train, but it's going to. Because of the fact that it's moving, it would probably only. I was trying to get it towards the front of the train, so it would. But so only the blue guy is probably going to be affected.
Yeah,
by
and
this.
I think it's going to dissipate pretty quickly. So I'd say like it's only going to last like a round.
No, it continually
right.
like shoots out smoke.
Yeah, no, you're right. Just
So
for the same reason we just talked about too. There's no wind pulling it, so it'll stay. Okay. All right. You said that's a 20-foot radius.
But no, it won't stay. The smoke grenade just like continues like expelling smoke. That's why it lasts 10 minutes.
10
Or 10
rounds.
minutes.
Okay. And it's a
10 rounds.
20-foot radius.
Yes, but I would reduce that because of the fact that we're moving.
Okay. And I don't even know how to apply this to a fumble, so we're just not going to worry about it because there's no damage or anything like that involved.
Yeah, there's literally zero damage.
Okay. So
Of course I would roll a natural 1. Of course.
at least you didn't have your hands out because you would have sent them flying off in a randomly determined direction.
Yeah.
His hands?
Hate when
I've
that
pulled a
happens.
couple of crit cards like that where he's fumbled and had to throw his hands off in a random direction. So now it is Franklin's turn, and this is combat. So Franklin is going to... Let's see, he's just going to... I don't think there's anything...
I just get ready to break.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any other meaningful actions within the action economy that would matter right here. So he's just gonna... He's kind of thinking about his little girl, how proud he is of her, blowing those 15 candles out, daydreaming, and now it is Bonehead that was struck by Malachar. He's going to fire his weapon at her. That's going to be a 27. I took the penalty for moving. So just 27 hit Malachar.
Yes.
It was like 25 KC, right?
Yeah, I think that exactly hits.
Okay.
Oh, cover. Partial cover.
Yeah, I think
27.
that exactly hits with the
Oh,
cover.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't math.
That is 20 points of piercing damage.
Oof, Malachar's not going to make it.
And let's see. Does he want to take a move action at all? I think he will. He's not going to stand there and take attacks from her. So he's going to move back. Come on, go away, you stupid smoke screen. It's like I can't click on my guy right now. Okay, so he's just going to step back. And it is Jeeves' turn.
He only has a melee attack, right?
Yeah, he's not very useful right now. I don't think Jeeves is going to do anything.
Okay. I'm sorry, Captain. Perhaps we could give me a gun next time.
You give it to him and it falls through his hand.
I can only grasp it when I'm actively trying to punch it.
It's going to make it real tough for you to shoot.
It's my trick shot. Okay. It is now the other Bonehead's turn. Now he'll be affected by concealment, correct? I know. I think Sev will have to deal with concealment
You
on
said the
him.
blue guy?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So he's got a penalty at his shots, but he's also going to gain the benefits of being concealed as well. So he will go ahead and line up a return shot at Sev, sniper to sniper, and
Coming to you this fall on CBS.
yeah, and this guy's smart too. He's not going to try to full attack moving at these speeds just yet. He's not quite that desperate. Okay, so that is... Take
I'll
my
put
-2.
Put my partial cover on.
It's 32 against your KC.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Cool. Partial cover don't mean shit. Yes, that hits.
Okay. That's going to be 24 points of piercing damage. Oh, wait, let me roll concealment. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I
Just
already
talked
took
about
the
that.
damage off.
All right, I got a 40 on the concealment, so that is a hit.
I tried, Brian.
Yeah, and you
That's
just
okay.
see, you fire, the smoke begins to envelop his body as he's aiming at you, Sev, and you just see a shot ring out as the smoke envelops the front of the gun. It is Raquel's turn at the back of the train.
Yay!
Well,
Guys, they can see through
I guess
smoke.
it's Sev at the back of the train.
Yeah, I'm bringing up the rear, boys.
So if I wanted to try and use my tack lash to disarm them, I wouldn't be able to, right? Because there's chairs in my way, and
You can stand on a chair.
there's a Sev, I think, in my way.
You could do what Seb was doing, kneel on it.
I don't understand how I'm in your way.
Because I have a distance of 10.
Yeah,
That's
if you move up one space into that chair,
right.
right to your left,
That person would have to be straight ahead,
Yeah.
straight across, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it would be 15 feet away.
Yeah. So I can't do that.
is 5. Well, that would be the first diagonal, though, correct? Like if you came across one, I
That's what I
believe
was
that
thinking,
you would be
too.
within range.
I mean, that's
I would be able to get the blue guy to try, or at least.
I mean,
attempt.
yeah, that's what I'm showing
Okay.
here with the old ruler here.
Okay. So, I'm gonna attempt that then. Oh, hey, that's better than I thought. I climb up onto one of those chairs and pull out my handy dandy tacklash and try and disarm the guy who's marked blue.
It's going to be pretty tough for you to disarm this guy.
Well, let's see. Disarm. When I attempt, I gain a +2 bonus to the attack roll. Is that on top of my melee bonus?
Yes.
Okay. So that right there is a +17.
Did you take the -2 for attacking from the?
No, so +15.
Okay.
And then I think you have the feat for disarm as well.
I do. So then it's a total of +19. If I'm doing that right. Okay. So that would be... Holy crap, I'm dumb. Okay, 28 to disarm.
And it's KAC +8.
There's no way that's going to do it.
Okay. Yeah, you throw this tacklash across. It disappears in the smoke. And you pull
I throw it?
You pull. No, you whip it across.
I was going to say, I don't think I ever let go of it.
It disappears into the smoke at the end of it, and then you pull it back. Nothing.
Yeah, I just... For a moment there, I thought I saw someone in the smoke, but with all the, like, craziness going on, I'm just, like, kind of just flailing it like I don't actually know what I'm doing. So, yeah, that's a miss. I tried. That's all I'm going to do right now.
All right, whipping through these tunnels at incredible speed. Also, I want to remind everybody, we're still in this this major transit corridor. Anytime you guys move successfully in the chase progress, you can switch to an adjacent area. So if there was a different environmental place that you wanted to be, you could do that. I would say about this time, you're probably the ship map that I put there. You're probably somewhere between 15, 23 would be adjacent quarters for you, maybe 14. So keep that in mind when you do move forward in the chase progress. You can move to a different location. I did forget this last round, but one of the things in major transit corridors, which you probably don't want to do right now since you engaged rats, is you can do a sudden track change. Pilot can cause her grav train to suddenly change tracks to one of the dozens of other routes available. Disengages the grav trains if they were engaged, and other grav trains can engage that grav train that switch tracks for one round. So that's more useful if you want to get away, but depending on what other environment you find yourself in, there's other things that can happen. So keep that in mind if that's something else that you want to deal with in the chase. I'm certainly happy to do it because I've got all of those environmental things right here to refer to. All right, it's round 2, and it is the pilot actions. So, rats, what do you do with your pilot action?
I think I'm going to try and double maneuver.
Okay. Now, just remember, you are engaged. So I believe that you have to... I think you have to disengage. Let me double check.
now. Do pilot actions?
Can I tell you my pilot actions before you tell me what I have to do?
Yeah.
I want to attempt to break free and then speed up.
Okay. That will work.
I want to break free.
Okay.
So how does that? Within the same initiative, I guess we go first and they go.
It happens at the same time. But I'm just having Rats do his first because he rolled higher initiative.
Gotcha.
That is a 34. Minus 4 is 30 to break free. Break free DC is 28. So I successfully break free. And then to speed up is DC 27, natural 20.
Holy crap. Oh,
That
man.
is a 41 minus 4, so 37 to speed up.
Okay, so you successfully break free. Kind of describe how you, like, do you do this with a flourish, or do you just like, yeah, I've done this before, and just, like, how do you pull away? And then speed up, by the way.
Yeah, Rats looks over, he's like, well, I guess I'll see you at,
See you later, Franklin.
damn it. Yeah, he's like, see you later, Franklin. I guess I'll see you at Robbie's chair party.
Robbie. Everybody knows Robbie. On a ship of thousands, millions, he's unique.
Sits down a lot.
He's one of a kind.
Okay, so yeah, you disengage, and you immediately, as part of that speed up action, take off. Make sure I've got everybody selected here, because I'm probably going to leave. Okay, I'm on the wrong. Okay, well, you all are going to have to move your own peeps, because you're staying back,
No.
I guess. No, okay, you moved along. I was really worried that you were just going to be floating in space when I moved the train car.
I'm always worried about that, Chris.
Yep. So you immediately move forward. At the same time, you see that Franklin reaches over and just throttles back. So that is the end of the pilot actions. And then we are on to the chase progress. You immediately move forward again a second time as part of your speed up action. And you look back and you see Franklin smiling, daydreaming, staring off into the red-hued lights. You see the two boneheads aiming at you, and then realizing what's happening, run over and like start arguing with him, with Franklin, and they just disappear as you whip off into the corridors ahead. I will see you next week.
All right.
Oh my
We
goodness.
done did it.
Hey, you know what? That was fun enough. I'm glad that worked out.
Hello, Kevin here to say thank you to our patrons. Iposk, Mary Geiseling, Ultrawave 7, Adam Wendell, Cody Rutherford, and Renus Tora. Thank you guys so much. If you would like to join the Patreon and get access to the Patreon-only show, the monthly live stream that we do for patrons, head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Adventure Awaits Podcast. There's a few tiers, $1, $2, $5, and $10. If you want to help us out, help us pay the bills, we'd appreciate it. All right, it's Kevin signing off. See you next week.
Hey guys, make sure to check out our website at adventureawaitspod.com. There you can find links to our Facebook and Twitter and keep up to date when we release new episodes. And a big thanks to Sirenscape for providing music and sound effects. Check them out at sirenscape.com, where you can revolutionize your tabletop gaming experience.